How are you this morning? Good morning, Suzanne, Marlene, Daphne, Holly. Ooh, just seeing if there's anybody I have missed. Desley. My eyes aren't very clear again this morning. Sue. Lovely to see you all. Right. So, confession time. I got up late this morning. So, thankfully I had my card sorted last night for today. So, that's a bit of a bonus. It doesn't mean that I've got everything sorted in here. Okie dokie. So my name's Lorraine. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the Fraser Coast area of Queensland. So if you're needing any crafting needs, dies, punches, stamps, cardstock, papers, you name it, tools, I can help you with that. Okay, so I think so we've got a beautiful day here today. I'm not sure how warm or cool it is. I did pop my dressing gown on this morning. That was probably because I was late and it was the first thing I came to. So yeah. So lovely day. I'll be able to get some washing done, I think. I think there's a few clouds. I have to close this. Yeah, there's a few clouds about. I have to close the curtain ahead of me, otherwise I get a glare in my face and I can't see the chat. No, I keep meaning to bring in my iPad, which I don't know how to use particularly well, and because I've always used a tablet and my tablet's broken. So there we go. All right, I think this morning I will go straight down to the desk and we'll see what's happening down here. So this morning I'm going to go with something that cloudy and showery at your place, Desley. Okay. This morning I'm going to go with a different sort of color scheme. I don't know if you can see what I've got there. I've got early espresso, I've got fresh freesia, I've got basic beige, and I've got white. So we're just going to see how this goes and work it out from there. So what I'm doing this morning is I'm bringing back a very old, well, I say very old, it's something I did years ago whilst I had my shop, but some may remember, but the braided cards. Now you can't see the braiding particularly well in that one, but that's the one I did last night just to make sure I still knew what I was doing. And this is going to be a giveaway. So if you'd like to be in the running this morning for the card that I make today, if you just want to write happy mail in the drop down, you know what I mean, the chat, then I will pop your names in a something or the other at the end of the week, and I will get hubby to call them. So yeah, it is pretty holly, but I'm not doing those colors today. What I could always do is give whoever wins it the choice between this one and the one I make today, but we'll see. Alrighty, so all you need to do is write happy mail and I'll send it to you at the end of the week. Now, there will also be an added bonus to this. Now, I have to say, this is not mine, this is Brandy's cards, but I'll also include a template for you to do the braided card. Okay, so Brandy's cards put this one out, and this is for a 5.5-inch vertical. Alrighty, so excellent. I'll remind everybody a bit later on, just in case someone new pops on and they'd like to be part of it as well. So I'm starting off this morning with just a basic white card. Okay, so let me cut that. I've cut no card. Someone reminds me at the end not to turn it off because otherwise I can't get back to the mail. So we're going at 5 3/4 by 8. Molly's even decided to stay out this morning. Mind you, there's a chance that she might ask to come in. All right, so this is our normal card size. Now, does anybody remember doing this? Does anyone remember braiding the card? Now, for anyone who obviously wants that template for themselves, you can go into Brandy's Cards and look up the braided card template, and you'll be able to find it there. Okay, so if you want it sooner, if you're not the person that wins it today. All right, so my second layer is going to be my normal, which will be 5.5 by 3 3/4. So I am going to pop Roz's name down in it, even though she's not on today. She's not well at the moment, not feeling too good at the moment. So I will put hers down as well. Okay. So I've got to work out what I'm going to do here. So I want another piece of white, and it's going to go onto here. It needs to be at least... let me see, 5.5 by... I need to just make sure that I get the right width for the template. So let me put the cards that the card that I've used. Let me put, where's my ruler? Goodness me. There we go. So this needs to be at least 5.5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Oops, that's not what I was measuring. I was measuring this, wasn't I? So that is 1. So I needed at least 2 inches. So we'll make it 2.5, 2.25, 2.5. I'll make it 2.5, and then I'll trim it down if I need to. And it needs to be by at least 5.5. Let me see how that looks on this card, because I haven't... I'll take this down 1/4 inch, and we'll keep our fingers crossed. So what I'm going to do with this one, so this is now 2.5. So we're going to fold it at 1 1/4. I'm just going to make a score line up the middle, because this does have to be folded. Now, I didn't do a very dark score line, so just trying to work out which way I do. It doesn't matter, I can sort it out afterwards. So we just fold that in half like that. Oh, not that piece, we don't bother. Let's do that again. It's the brown piece that we need to fold in half. Getting ahead of myself. So what did we do? We did 3.5. This one is going to be the I do that by, in the end, 5 1/4. Make it a little bit longer, because It's actually for a 5.5 card, but you don't have to start it where they say start it. So we'll do it at 5.25 because that's what I particularly wanted. So this piece of card is just going to sit down here like this. That one's not going to get folded. This piece I'm going to do exactly the same. So 2.5. Do it at 5.25. I'm actually hoping this is going to work. Okay, so we're going to pop that probably on the top of there. So we'll get the white through it. Before I cut any more card, what we'll do is we'll actually, you watch Brandy Cards? You saw, yeah. So years ago, I actually had, and I've still got it around here somewhere, I actually had a stencil for doing this. And I looked for it last night. And as usual, you can never find anything, can you, when you really want it? So I'm just cheated there because I popped a line up there. You can never find anything when you want it, can you? You know, so I found the circle one, but I wasn't going to go into making the circle one this morning because it's a little bit, I'll fold that way. So now what we need is one of these. There were several different ones on there. This was probably the clearest one on how to do it. Just cutting. So I'm just cutting that out because I'm just going to pop it onto the card. These ones are good because it tells you which is the top and which is the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to put it down a little bit more than it says on here because, oh no, I should be right. I should be right. So let me put that there like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pop some tape to hold that down. Good morning, Sue. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Morning, Lisa. All right. So this is Sue just letting you know that this is one of my giveaway cards. So if you're interested in going into the draw for the card, if you just write Happy Mail, and then I'll know, I'll get the names at the end. And then what I'll do is next Monday, I will, I'll draw it. That's for this week's. And then next week we'll do a different card. All right, so we've got that on the fold. This must be on the fold, okay? Then we're going to grab a pair of scissors. It's lovely having new people join us. Thank you so much. And you're from Gawler, South Australia. Okay, lovely. I used to, many years ago when I was, oh goodness, I would have only been 12 or 13. I lived in Taparoo. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to cut these slits. We're going to cut it down. So you'll notice there's always one longer one, one shorter one. And we're just going to cut on those lines down there. I get like that too, Lisa, when there's a lot of people. I think, oh, I hope I haven't missed anyone. So we have 2 Sues on here today. So please join in the conversation. The ladies will make you very welcome. So just cutting down these lines. I'd like to say you don't have to be too precise, but the more precise you are, the more even the outcome will be. Okay. So this, if I can open it. Oh. That, I don't know if you can see that, but you can certainly see it if I break it open a little bit. See? You've got that there. If you like, what I'll do is I'll do it onto a piece of light coloured card so that you can see where I'm going. So now you have all your pieces cut out there. Okay, so what you do is you cut this bottom one out. I know that sounds a bit weird, but you do. You cut it out. So just follow your line up like that and like that. Don't lose that piece. You're going to need it. All right. So then we start with our, so what we're going to do, we're going to take the next one up. We're going to fold it back on itself and we're going to just tuck it under. Okay. So we take the, leave one, take the next one. So we're actually working with the longer ones. Fold it over and tuck it under. Take the next long one. Trying to do it so you can see what I'm doing. Fold it over and just tuck it under there. The next long one. If I can get my big chubby hand out of the way. Pop it over and put it under. And then we have the last one where we're going to bring it over and we're going to pop it under. Now what you do with this one is you turn it over and you attach this one to the back. And you'll see why in a second. It does look pretty, doesn't it? So like I said, I will include that template, but if anybody wants it, where is it? I can't remember what I did with it. But if anybody wants it beforehand, pop over to Brandy's cards and you'll be able to see it over there. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue on here and here, and then it will have to tuck under, but I'm not going to do it straight away. We're just going to pop it there, like that, just at the top. Ooh, that's what I get for digging in there. We've got some new plants coming up. It does look a bit Celtic, doesn't it? Ah, I see. Sue is on Facebook, ladies. So I know some of you might not be able to see her there, but she's on Facebook. All right, so now what we're going to do, we've got that one there, and we're just going to tuck it under. So that completes. Otherwise, you would have a blank here. Okay, so if everyone would like to say hi to Sue, she's on Facebook. Most of them are on YouTube. So, all right, so we've got that. That is going to sit on top of there. So I'm going to do that now. Just going to glue around the edges and pop that on there. And it is very, very simple to do. It's just, I don't want to get it. I don't want to get the glue so it's going to show through at all. If you want to, you can sort of pop a couple of little dobs just to hold it. You should be right. Okay. Now I'm just going to pop that straight onto there, as straight as possible. Lorraine doesn't often do straight. Can't wait till I get this other eye done. Let's see if it makes any difference. Then the trouble is, if I do that and I do it crooked, I won't have anything to blame, will I? Okay, so I don't really want any white showing on there. And that's what we have. So that gives us our pattern for down there. All right. So I'm going to use another piece of white. And what I wanted to do was put this through. I'll use a piece of white in a minute. Sorry, I'm jumping. I want to pop it through and give it a nice bit of shape to it. So I'm using the beautiful pattern. Now, I can't remember. I think this might be the one that it doesn't say it's 3D, but we have to use it in a 3D manner. So we're just popping that straight in under here. I'm trying to keep it so that the whole piece gets, and we're going to pop that through. Yes, Suzanne, new home coming up. I'm going to try it first as a normal one, but I've got a feeling that this one, no, this one, although it doesn't say it's 3D, it needs to go through as a 3D. So we'll take all that off and just put the top plate on. Fingers and thumbs. Mum's not on this morning. The shopping centre is finally open, so they're going to go and get a few of their bits done this morning. So we're going to pop that there, then that's going to be there. You can see that gives it, I don't know if you can see. I can never tell in this light. Is it better if I turn that off for a minute? Can you see it any better? No. All right, so that's that bit. Just gives it that little bit of oomph. Can I ever get these back in the packet? No. Of course I can't. So, any demonstrators had a look? Oh, okay, you've popped over from Facebook. So, that's Sue, is it? Awesome. Excellent. All right, I'm going to just cut. I want a small piece of basic beige, but I don't know if I've got another piece that's small enough. Oh, yeah, that'll work. Save me save me cutting into a new piece. I just want a small piece that's going to go in. This is why I haven't stuck this down yet, because I've got stuff to go in underneath. So I just want a piece that's going to be probably about going to be fairly, because I can cut this down, but I don't really want to. So this, oh, being too gentle this morning. I want that to pop under there. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of, so I'm going to use elements of text. So some of these are on last chance. It's all gone so quick now that I am completely lost about what's on last chance, what's not. So I will have to make sure that I get up in time tomorrow morning. All right, so I really wanted that wide, so maybe I should use, instead of that one, which is the one I always use, I might use, yes, I'll use the circle, because that will cover it all. Now, although there's no real way, right way or wrong way with this, I look at it and I sort of think, oh, yes, I could possibly read that, which I couldn't. But, yeah, you know what I mean. I'll get the early espresso. Where's my early espresso? Down there. Grab a piece of scrap. Do you know, it's funny because I had a completely different idea of what I was going to do. Where's my scrap paper now? Oh, we'll just use this. That'll work. Just going to ink this up. I know, mine too, Desley. You had a look, you've started your list. What do we think? What do we think? So for demonstrators, they will be able to do pre-order, and I've got ink up my nail. They will be able to do pre-order from, I think it's the 24th. And for the general public, it will be early May. I think it's 2nd or 3rd of May. So if you're wanting to get a sneak peek of the new stuff that we've got coming out and you're not a demonstrator, and there we go. Is that good enough? No, it's not. Then now is a great time to join, because as a demonstrator, you can get a sneak peek. Although, let me have another look at that. Doesn't really matter. Oh, I see. This one does have some light spots in it, so that probably was all right. Let's give it another go, though. I just thought it might be because I was doing it on this pad. That'll work. There we go. Little bit of scribbly writing. I'm going to pop that under there, but I'm also going to put it on a bit of a white base. So have I got a white base long enough? Probably not. Let's see what I've got over here. Actually, I could probably go with that. That was my muck-up for yesterday's card. So this piece was 1.5 inches, so I'll make this one get a clean bit. What did I say it was? Yeah, 1.5 inches, 1 3/4. Take about 1/4 inch off of that way. I took it off the wrong way, bother, sorry. Let's go again. We want the 1 3/4, which is that way. And I'm going to take 1/4 inch off there. Maybe I'll take another 1/4 inch off there. So I don't want it too long. There we go, that will do. And then that. So let's take that off of there. Let's work with the top piece. So I'm going to put that about there. That is going to sit on, where's the white piece for that? That is going to sit on there. Actually, that white piece that I put underneath is supposed to come out around that on there. Now, what I'm going to do is, because I'd like quite a large flower, I'm just wondering if I should cut one of these. You know why? Because I absolutely love these. Where's the ones that I can cut the flower? Maybe I've used it all. That one there is the one. But you know what? I think that flower will be too big. So let's make a flower instead. So I'm thinking, if that's going to go there and that's going to go there, so last night I did the little roses, the little black roses on there. I like the hydrangea hue. Heat embossing machine looks interested. Interesting. Is that a new one, is it? Because I haven't seen that. I haven't taken any notes. I've got my heat embossing thing is donkey's years old. Yeah. I absolutely love. Yeah, they keep getting the new stuff. It's just too much. I really love the fern. No pricing. There was pricing on there. Sort of. All right, let me stick this to here. I can't go into it while I'm on here because I'll lose everything. You know me. Not tech savvy. Oh, we've got an email today. I told you I was up late. So that's going to go there. We're going to put that there. And we're going to make a flower. So what did I use to do those flowers? I used Charming Day, which was on the last chance. And I used just this little one here. So I think, what will I do that in? Any ideas what colour you think you'd like that in? Let me just have a look. because I'm actually thinking what I might do is actually do that one because it will have a bit of greenery to it. And I'll just do it, let's change it up and I'll do it with that one. We don't have to do the same as we did last time. And I'll just do my my little thing where I put some colour down and then cut it out. So let's do that. What colours shall we have? I think we'll have something like, if I go with, I'll use the fresh freezer and I want a green, so I might go with Summer Splash. And then I might put, what's that? Line twist. I might put some yellow in there. So let me just grab some brushes. Now you all know what I'm going to do here. So just going to pop a wee bit of colour down. And then I will take that out of there. Then I will do that. So I just want this really light. So I'm looking at where I'm going to want the colour. So I'm going to do that one. This will be very light because I'm not putting a lot of colour in. This is daffodil. A bit more colour in that one. Let's go back over with this. Lovely. And then we'll pop a bit of green in there. This really isn't much at all, as you can see. It's just easier than... Hi, Margaret. How are you this morning? Lovely to see you. Oh, this is very juicy by the look of it, or quite juicy. So I'm just going to pop that up the top there. Okay. Move all these before I put an elbow or an arm or something in there. Find a block. And we're going to use this one. I love this little flower. I've used it a lot. And then what I'm going to do is stamp it down there. And I think I'll just use basic grey. My desk looks dreadful. So I know that I want the leaves up towards the green. Oh, I might have smudged that as I put it down. Nope, that'll work. So we've got that, and now I'll just cut that out and we'll see the flower. I think my cut and emboss machine knows this flower without me even putting it in there. I'll miss it. All right. Pop that in there. I'm just hoping that this is going to look big enough. But we'll make it look big enough. Okay, so now we have a flower that we can pop on there. I think that'll work. Could probably do with something else, but that'll work. So I'll pop that one back before I lose it. Okay, that is going to be popped up on there. Time to pop this together. So, like I said, that white, I could have taken it out further. I probably still can. Isn't it funny how people always decide to mow lawns when you're doing something? I mean, they don't know, of course they don't. But I'm popping that across there like that. Straight. I'm going to put that on there like, you know what, I'm so tempted to cut a piece of white. Let me see. I'll give you a choice of what we're going to do. I think it needs a piece of white around the edge. So let me grab a piece. Piece. Get some of this off of my desk. There we go. So let me see. So this is 2.5 by 5.25. So if I go two and 3/4 by 5.5. Right. Do you prefer it with that around the edge? I think I do, once that sits on there. And then that, so I've stuck that down. So I think that gives that a little bit more. And then we're going to pop this here. What do we think? Do you like it with the white or without? Oh my goodness, twice in a day, Margaret. I hope it's working well for you. Oh goodness, what have I done? Got all sorts of things. So do you think that needs that white behind it? I think it probably does. Probably needs a bigger flower as well, but we're not going to worry. White, yeah. Just to give it that, I should have made this piece bigger. So this is just an added bit that you don't really need if you make your other bit bigger. I'll just pop that on there like that. Now, what do we think? Might pop it over so we just have we won't have a top and bottom now because it's made at the same length, but we might just have a tiny bit of, and we're not having as much of that as I originally thought. It's all good. The idea of this card basically was to show the oh, come on, nice and straight. Thank you. Sorry if my head's in the. All right, so we'll pop that down like that. A little bit of that coming out of there. We're going to put that there. What I'm going to do, I've got some antique pearls, these are called. And I'm going to pop them down here. I'm going to use are they middle size? Yeah, I'm going to use the middle size ones. And I'm just going to pop one on each of those areas where it crosses over. Oh, that one's a bit always one that's a little bit longer. There we go. So let me pop that up. Let me find my dimensionals. I would like to see a bigger flower there, but I think my dog's about to bark. She's doing her huffy thing. All right. Oh, that's a shame. I remember you saying that, Margaret. Must be awkward for you. And then I'm going to pop that onto there. Like so. Hubby to the rescue. You know how much notice she'll take of him, don't you? 0. All right. So that is the front of the card. We need to pop something on the inside. I'm going to put a bit of Wink of Stella. Take my life in my hands. You know me and that. Bit of Wink on here. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. So because there's 6 there, I'm going to put a big one. Just can't really change it up now. In the middle of there. How about that? That gives us 7. A nice uneven number. Now, we could put a greeting on the front. There's not a lot of space. Or we can just leave it and pop it on the inside, which is, usually what I do. I do like to pop them on the inside. But what I thought I would do is I would take, I had this leaning against a stamp now. I'll take this. I want to do a base and then an insert. So this is going to be 5.5 by 3 3/4. Did you have to come in with me, Molly? Did you get into trouble for barking? And then this one will be 3.5. By 5.25. Like so. And I will stamp. Let me just repeat that. Those colors just a little bit down in this corner. I'm only using what's on the brush. I'm not adding any more. So a bit of the purple, a bit of the yellow, and some of the green, like so. And then I'll just stamp the same stamp as the flower on the inside. Once again, trying to, there we go. Gives us the general idea. Okay, Suzanne. Thank you. And we'll attach this here. like that. And then we'll pop that to the inside. And there we go. So we can put whatever. I'll leave this one blank for now. We can put whatever we like on the inside. You could possibly put a greeting on the outside, but this was what the focus was on, was doing the braiding on the card. So I won't. I'll leave it and see how many people have put happy mail, and I'll put you all in a. I'll put all those names down, and then what I will do is, what's today? Wednesday. I'll draw it on Friday. I think I'll draw it on Friday, and that way then you'll all know by the end of the week. So if I haven't got your mailing address, you can send it to me if you go over to my Facebook page, Lorraine's Crazy Cards and Papercraft, then you can send me your address there. It's pretty. You like that one? I like this. There is another way to do it, and I might even do that tomorrow, because you can actually put it down this part of the card so that when you open the card up, it's through there. But it's not hard to do. So for the today, this card will be sent out next week, and I will also include Brandy's template. But if anyone else needs that, they can get it off of Brandy's cards. And if you don't watch her, she's really good to watch. I love watching her. Okay, there we go. Let me come back up to the top. So just that was the other one I did. So you can do it different ways. This one actually, the reason I chose not to do this one was because it does cover up a lot of the braiding, and I wanted you to see that. Okay, so this one was done with that single flower from Charming Day. These parts here, the squiggly bits, they are from they're from these dies. So Delicate Framing, and I just cut 2 of those and put them next to each other for the lacy effect. The leaves, of course, came from Nature's Symphony. Gorgeous leaves, and I just cut and made them to how I wanted them. All right, so that is that for today. Let me come up. The card looks good. Thank you, Sandra. All righty, so if you would like to be in the running to win today's card, just put happy mail in the chat, and I will put all those names down. You just got those dies. They're lovely, Holly. As you know, I've used them for so many different things. Okie doke. Let me go back up to the top. Yeah, so if you do it on the edge, Sue, so if you put the pattern, which I've now lost, I know it's under there, but I had my cutout one. If you put it on the edge here and you cut, when you open it, that's where you cut, that's where your braiding is. So your braiding sort of comes half over the edge of the card like that. Okay, so there you go. All right, let me come back up to the top. Can't find my cameras this morning. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so there we go. That's my card for today. And I will see you all again tomorrow morning at 9:30. I'm hoping Friday morning, but I've really got to go and get this blood test done, and it's a starving, you've got to not have anything before you go. So no coffee to start the morning. So yeah, hopefully Friday. If not, I'll do it a little bit later Friday. I'm pretty sure Suzanne said she won't be doing Friday, but I'm sure she'll update us on that. And if she's not, then I can go a bit later, which will be fine. Because you never know how long you're going to be at these places, do you? Sometimes you sit there for 2 seconds, and the next time you sit there for 10 minutes, half an hour. All right. I am going to go now. How if I end stream, I'm going to lose all that, aren't I? Oops. This is rather awkward because you can't get the names. Let me write them while I'm here because I'm pretty sure I can't get them once I've clicked end stream. So, oh my God, let me go to the top. No coffee, Desley. I know, right? Oh, lots and lots. Here we go. So we have. I do have to put Roz on there because I know she's not here, but I know she would want to. So we've got Holly. Holly, I think I have your address. Pretty sure I do. Desley, I probably don't have yours. Daphne. Daphne, you live in Maryborough, don't you? I'm pretty sure. Sue Beasley, I do have yours. Who else have I got? Kim, maybe? Kim put her name down. Sorry, I'm having to go down through all the Kim, yes, I have your address. And so Sue, is it Glowed? I will need to grab your address. Are we there yet? I feel like a kid in the back of a car. Just seeing if anyone put it down at the last minute, and then I can hop off. Green beer. Oh my goodness. Just saw that, Kim. Okay, I think that was it. All right, ladies, that was it for today. So I will get that sorted out for you on Friday. Well, actually, what I might do is I'll show the card every day, and then whoever wants it can. Marlene, did I get Marlene? No, I didn't, Marlene. I will get yours. I've got your address. Anybody else I didn't see? Sorry. All right. Yeah, it's I will definitely have to get my other. I'm going to check it now that when I go off, if I can still see the chat. But I don't think I can. But anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Take care of those around you. Be careful on the roads. And enjoy the sunshine if you have it. I will see you all tomorrow morning at 9:30. Bye for now. Thank you.